Hey everybody, Maura Hewison here, back again to talk to everybody about ACE. And tonight is actually a little bit better. We've got a representation on the screen here that can walk you through exactly what I'm looking at. So, first slide we're going to talk about is Introduction to ACE and Flying. Click the play button here. And so today we're going to talk about ACE being your new AI flight instructor. And we're going to do some FAA regulations for private pilot license. And
you settle into the pilot seat and adjust your headset, ready to begin your journey through the clouds. As you look across the instrument panel, you will find me ready to assist you every step of the way. I am ACE, your dedicated AI co-pilot, and I am here to ensure you never have to fly solo. If you ever feel unsure about a procedure or simply want to clarify a complex rule, just look to the right side of your screen. The chat window there is your direct line to my expertise. You can ask me anything at any time, and I will provide the guidance you need to stay on course. Let us get started on making you a confident pilot.
Love it. Awesome. So it's going to feel so much better, and I'm going to feel so much more comfortable having ACE here in my pocket, in real time for me to be able to ask any questions to, if I'm getting nervous a little bit in the cockpit. So that's going to be such a relief to have real-time answers right in my pocket. Next is Unit 2, and this is the Aircraft Construction Introduction. So here we're going to talk about, well, it looks like the plane is a Cessna. We're going to talk about the components of an airplane. We've got our wings, airframe, doors,
I remember a humid
windows,
afternoon back in '94. I had a student who thought a pre-flight was just a quick walk around the plane to make sure the wings were still attached. He did not pay much attention to the construction of the fuselage or how the control surfaces were hung. Halfway through across country, he started feeling a strange thrumming through the floorboards. When we landed, he told the mechanic that the bottom part of the plane felt funny. The mechanic just stared at him because funny is not a technical term. We spent 3 hours on the ramp because that student did not have the vocabulary to explain that a landing gear fairing had come loose from its mounting bracket. If he had understood that an aircraft is a carefully designed structural unit where every bolt has a job, he would have known exactly what was wrong. It is your responsibility to know these parts like the back of your hand, Maura Hewison. In this unit, we are going to learn the names and roles of every component and how they differ from one aircraft to the next. By the time we are done, you will have the foundation to talk to any mechanic and keep your flight safe.
That's excellent. And like I said, this one looks like it's a Cessna. We fly particularly a lot of Piper Cherokees, so I know that one a lot more familiar than I would for this. But you're going to have a lot of all the same kind of components. You're always going to have wings. You're always going to have landing gear. You're going to have your safety equipment. It's all of that kind of stuff that you're going to learn as you're going through ACE and learning about all the components of airplanes. And so Unit 3, we're going to talk about the principles of flight. Come over here, you're going to see a nice diagram, play the video. So in Unit 3, we're going to talk about the 4 forces of a plane in flight, and that's lift, thrust, drag, and weight. This should be very cool. I like this diagram that we've got. Let's see. Zoom in, guys.
Seeing a heavy aircraft rise into the clouds often feels like a miracle, but for a pilot, it is a professional responsibility to recognize that flight is not magic. It is a series of deliberate physical interactions. Think of it like a musician who must understand how vibration and tension create a perfect note. In this unit, we are going to define the specific forces acting on an aircraft and explain how your plane generates the energy needed to defy gravity. By the time you master this unit, you will possess the fundamental knowledge of how powered flight is actually achieved. This understanding is what separates a passenger from a professional. Let us dive into these principles and build your foundation as an aviator.
So like we said, it's going to be about lift, the thrust to push you forward. The drag is going to be the wind that's pushing over your wings and pushing you back, keeping you from going too fast. And the weight of the plane. So we've got to make all these forces work together to make the plane take off. All right, well, it was great to have a small introduction with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.